Hi everyone. The day is here. It's Friday. Oh my gosh. We made it. I am so happy and thrilled to be here with you. Many of you are friends and family and are excited of, oh my gosh, we're doing this new live moment of Grok's launching Cafecitos and my seminar and coaching business. I am excited to be here with you. And the way that we're going to start this off is with just talking a little bit about the journey of courage and what it takes to get outside of our comfort zone and really listen to that inner voice that is nudging us to try something different and to really go after what you dream for and what you're going for. So, first of all, I'm going to say salud. El café está comenzando. Va a ser en inglés, but I am here to connect with you and really enjoy the journey. My hope is that these moments or these little coffees are an opportunity for you to sit back and reflect and state some insights or thoughts about what you want to do with your goals and your possibility and how you can truly maximize and get to your potential. So with that said, let's start. Let's start talking. I am on Facebook Live. I am trying something new, my friends. And if you know anything about me, so Roxana, Venezolana, I live in the States, have been here for over 10 plus years. Um, I've been in HR my entire life, so I'd say over 17 years of experience. But outside of the um, stuffy, coachy HRE conversation, I am Rox, and I am a mom, I am a spouse, I am a human being, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter, I am an introvert. So this is an interesting part because I am trying to kind of reach out to a bigger audience to tell you all that I have a gift to give and I am stepping outside of my comfort zone because I feel so compelled and so brave and courageous right now to share with you this journey. The last 18 months have been a roller coaster and have been a roller coaster for our society, for our communities, for our brothers and sisters, for our people of color, for moms, for dads, for our businesses. And each of us are processing it in a different way. The way that I have been processing my own truth and my own journey has been a mix of reflection, has been a mix of emotion, and has been a mix of asking myself those very difficult questions that I was afraid to answer and I was afraid to look into and really get um, candid. So, what I'd love to do in our next 20 minutes is share with you a little bit of journey and then what are the things that I have to offer. So, then if you are in that space of contemplating and saying, what do I want to do? How do I get into a place of non judgment so I can dig deep? I can give you some skills and tips to find out. And hopefully, if the match makes, I can be a partner with you in crafting that future. So yeah, I will say that for me, um, I always joke that there's an energy in myself that is restless and that is impatient and wants to try new things, and I'm gonna have like that piece. But there's also a lot of fear and a lot of like, what if I'm not successful? What if I fail? What if I disappoint others? And not really pausing to move from the things I have to do to evolving into what it means to be, right? To that humanity in me and saying, what's the experience I want to get out of this situation? What am I willing to grow and learn? And then how can I contribute? Um, as a parent, as a spouse, sometimes we are so set on extending ourselves to help those that we love without necessarily, and we don't do it consciously. I know I don't. I don't pause and say, oh my gosh, I'm hurting myself. It's more about, oh, people need me and I like to feel needed and I like to bring that service to others because it makes me feel good. When we get to a point when we're overextending that muscle and that piece and forget to look inside, what I found of myself was a person that was eager to learn more, to stretch, to get the most out of life, but then to also feel joy. So one of the exercises I've done through my own coaching and peer coaches, I've gone through this journey, which has taken about 3 years, honestly, not only on getting certified, but also um, connecting with amazing coaches and living in the space of being and challenging my thoughts, was really grounded on what serves me, what serves you. Does this task, does this activity serve me, or does it hold me back from those moments of joy that I truly want to feel, that I truly want to um, express? I realize that, you know, I love my profession and I love connecting with others. But what I loved most about it was when I got to sit with leaders, when I got to sit with friends, and I provided them that space of safety and confidence to think outside the box and say, what if your journey is different? What if that thing that you fear truly doesn't happen and you actually have a better outcome? What brings you joy? What if you didn't have any constraints? If you didn't have any concerns about debt, money, what would you be doing today that is different than what you're doing now? Well, sometimes we think about those questions, and I remember putting them aside and said, I don't know. Or I don't have time because, I have a child that was potty training and I haven't done, laundry, or I haven't cooked, or I haven't read the article I need to read or prepared for the presentation I need to prepare. And what I found useful about those moments was that for a second, I felt the levity of opportunity and hope and inner strength to think about those dreams and tapping into my inner coach and inner wisdom to get there. So when I felt inspired and compelled to write about courage this week, it was really because um, I will always be afraid to try something new. But I realized that I and you are worthy to try it and to feel the joy and the excitement of what it means to make an impact and to leverage your gifts of connecting, of um, brainstorming, of strategizing, of giving that you brings that better world. We are going through so many things today. The world is in disarray, and holding back and waiting for things to be perfect so you can be your better self is too late, because we need more of your special gifts, of your special talents to see that. And if you're too afraid or too concerned or don't even know where to start, um, let's engage in these journeys. Part of this show, which is El Café, and I hope you're still having more coffee than I am right now, um, is really to give you the space to say, you know what? I dedicated 20 minutes for myself and started brainstorming and drawing and listening to what my friend Rox had to say. And I may agree with what she says, I may not, but it just stands an opportunity for me to say, I am worth it. I am worth to dream a little bit, and I am worth to think through and dig deep and say, what would be the worst thing that would happen if I went after I want what I wanted and I had a coach and a plan to help me get there. I'm 10 minutes in this conversation, and what I am feeling right now is a sense of gratitude. Um, I don't know if I would have done this a month ago. I don't know if I would have taken the plunge and come to you and put myself in this level of vulnerability to say, hey, I am here. I have something to give and I want to work with you. And I know I am good at it because I've seen and I've experienced what it means to unlock your potential, unlock your voice, and really have the freeing sensation that putting the work that you have into the areas that truly matter really does serve this world better. And we need more of that. I want to move from doing to being, and I want to evolve everyone around me to think through that. We have tons of parents that are tired, that are overworked, that are exhausted. We have tons of professionals that are burning the candle both ends. And and if you are from a diverse community and you are sometimes the only person in that meeting and you are not only dealing with what is in the meeting, but also what's going on with people in your home country or your neighborhood, it's important that you feel empowered to speak up and speak your truth and really bring your authentic self because we need more of that. It's less about feeling the obligation to educate others, but it's more about feeling the need of you truly not being afraid of who you are. Um, how do we do that? Where do we start? How does it not suck or feel hard? Here's the thing. The answers will look different for every single one of you. Um, each one of us have to address and increase our self-awareness in terms of what moves us, what energizes us, what helps us connect with one another and connect with ourselves. And if we don't start that inner work or find the space to do that, then we're depriving ourselves and our families and our community from the wonderful being that you are. I truly do believe that. I believe that um, sometimes our biggest enemies of us being, fully ourselves are the stories that we tell ourselves that hold us back from getting there. Or the expectations that we have and that we hold tight with our families, that we hold tight to ourselves, that we hold tight because we had a bad experience when we were a kid and we weren't able to figure it out. Here's what I would say. This journey is important to me, but this isn't a journey that is really rooted in reaching out and helping and serving you find your voice. Finding your voice with regards to, I don't know, like what moves you? How do we show up to our children's different? How do we unlearn and relearn and forgive ourselves for the shame that we feel because we probably acted in a way that we didn't know about and really connect and really trust the process that if you are truly your authentic self and that you're coming with the wisdom of what your heart states, that you're making a change in this world. Um, we don't give ourselves that moment. And, I see my friend Ohenia, and yes, it is. It's about reaching out. It's about connecting. It's about feeling who we are. Yeah. And I don't know, like, for me, it's about showing up. having the courage to show up and just truly doing it with the thought of not pleasing others' agenda, but honoring your own is one of the most important things that I want you to feel as a coach, but also as a spouse, as a parent, as a human being. I I'd love to connect with each of your journeys. I'd love to hear where you are at. I want to know and give you the brave space, because we talk about safe spaces a lot, but the bravery that it takes for people to speak up and get out your shelf is something that is really hard to do. And it's something that I want to make sure we honor and that we protect. But that when you do that and when you do speak out and when you do say what you think, that you're truly honoring your identity and what you value. Um, you know, I have I come from Venezuela. I have friends that are still there. And if you know anything about that, what's going on in Venezuela, it's difficult. If you know anything what's going on in Latin America, it's difficult. There's just so much ego and personal agendas that are driving societies to crumble and to get into situations that are very, very difficult. You can't change an entire thing like this with a brush. But I want, if everybody woke up with a commitment of saying, today I'm going to try something new. Today I'm going to start getting myself out of the comfort zone. Today I'm going to listen to a difficult conversation and set judgment aside and be really here, because it's not about me changing a person, but it's also about me broadening my perspective. I can be a better human being in showing the world the kindness that it deserves, the compassion that we need, and the release of the judgment of what we have in our eyes. I I believe that. I don't know if that is going to change everything, but I do feel myself going through a personal change where I have um, felt lighter and more forgiving about things and things that I've said in the past, or um, even, those conversations that I have with my kids. It is a journey. Life is a journey, and courage is not an endpoint. Courage is a journey in itself, and it's something that we practice and that we're not perfect at, but it is not the perfection of what we seek. It's the worthiness of honoring what values to you and what brings to you. I truly believe that. Let's see, any other thoughts? I'm going to start taking a little coffee, but my hope is that as I start this, that this becomes a very engaging process coming in the future. But heck, this is my first one. So I'm okay taking the lead today and getting to put myself out here and get to connect. One thing I do want to say is that in my journey, I, of course, am launching my business. So it's called Prana Human. And why prana? I think prana, as a person that is going into meditation, because as an introvert, that is my release, going inward helps me. It's really rooting myself in the life force of energy and what is the type of energy I want to put out and what is the type of energy that I sense from others and that people can kind of release and get through. That takes courage, because sometimes um, when we talk about you have a case of a Mondays are tough because you're coming out and changing your routine and you're reconnecting with, getting yourself back to work, getting yourself back to the, Monday through Friday churn. But it's really also about setting yourself and grounding yourself. And one of the things I talk through with my partners, my clients, my teams, it's really about what is your center, what is your why, and what is your purpose. It takes courage to come back to it. And it takes courage to say, who I swayed and I need to kind of redo. It also takes courage to show self-forgiveness. We are so tough. I am the top. I am my worst critic. Brene Brown once talked about, do you talk to your friends the way that you talk to yourself? And I would say no. I am so tough on myself, and I've learned to try to release that. And I've learned to release the judgment and come back to it and say, don't do that, because it's not beneficial. And when we start feeding that ego of lack of self-worthiness, then we start being less courageous and more complacent. And because we think, oh, you're not worthy of something bigger, or that dream is not what was worth for you. That's, you know, that's a journey. One of the things that I found myself rooted in, where I kind of like to work with people, is really in saying, what are your value system? For me, I love to serve. And that service starts with, how do I serve myself? How do I serve my community? How do I serve my family? How do I serve my children? How do I serve myself in a way that I'm the best partner for my spouse, that I'm the best daughter for my parents, that I'm the best sister for my siblings? Um, the other part is, I want to experience joy in my life. So how do I move from doing to being? How do I move from tapping into the humanity of what I say and how I come across, not seeking to judge my words, but really to reground my purpose? So when I'm trying to connect with people, am I trying to change their perspective, or I'm trying to freely set what my truth is, with the hopes that this is another opportunity to enlighten others? Um, that gives me release. That gives me hope. That gives me joy. And then, one of the last ones that I really thrive on is result and connection. I want to do work that has an impact on how every single one of you see the world. I want you to unlock and empower your truth, not mine. So when I go through this journey, when I go through understanding my values so I can unlock and keep my courage, I really try to set, it's not my journey, it's yours. So, we're getting close to ending these 25 minutes. I didn't think they were going to go through this fast, but what I want to say is, kind of stay connected with me. I am building my website. I will be sending that out. I think, in fact, it's live. So it's www.pranahuman.com. So no dots in between. And you will see changes through it. I'll be putting pictures. I like to take pictures with my iPhone around. I like to take pictures of nature. And you'll see pictures of me, so that I'm here to connect. And um, this is not the end-all seminar. I'll be setting up a workshop where we can go deeper into the concepts of coaching. And my hope is that this grows to a place where you also have a platform and a voice, and we can talk about different things that matter, and how we see life, and really open ourselves to reducing judgment, but also creating the space for the kindness, compassion, and care that we all deserve and that we all need. So with that said, I am sending you my love. I I did it. Holy cow. Yes, we did this. So, café con leche, this is my little piece, and I'll try to kind of get different mugs, but for me, humans empower humans. And know that I'm here rooting for you. So if you need anything, get yourself down into pranahuman.com. More to come every week. I'll be sending out some of these blurbs, and hope you get to connect with me, and we get to chat. All right. Goodbye.